Some people that were talking about reparations in this country. They wanted reparations. And I remember I made this particular liberal so angry at me because I told them right to their face, nobody owes you anything for slavery. If you want to tell the truth about it, it is you who owes. It's you who owes. Why do you owe? Because somebody in those fields took stripes for you. Somebody, after those fields were ended and slavery was ended, somebody had to walk through Jim Crow for you. Somebody fought wars and died for you. Somebody lived less than because they didn't have what you have, and they did it for you. There are people in their graves right now, and they are there because they were willing to stand up and fight for you. Those folks on the Edmund Pettus Bridge carrying American flags, take that, Colin Kaepernick, living in a society that he could scarcely acknowledge, something that he has never known, living with a bigotry that none of us can imagine. Carried American flags on that bridge, and when they were hit upside the head with nightsticks and shot with water hoses and knocked to the ground, they got up and picked those flags up and kept marching. And they did it for you. Nobody owes you anything. If anybody owes, it's you. Because you've been the benefactor of freedom. You are the one that owes.
That was Mark Robinson, and his words are crystal clear in that clip.
Because somebody in those fields took stripes for you.
Yet these fake black, pro-black, these people, if you ever see someone put B1 in the chat, that type of stuff, it means black first. But they're fake, and this is why I call them fake and phony. Nikki Barnes here, this tweet, this resurfaced is an old clip, but I'm glad to have it resurface. It doesn't matter that it's old. It's not like it's so old that it's not relevant. This tweet got 2.4 million views, no community notes on it. Here's how Nikki Barnes presents the clip you just heard. Nikki Barnes says, wow, this black Republican candidate for governor says it's black Americans that owe reparations to this country for our freedom. That's a new take. And these fake pro-black asshats just rearranged his whole thought. You know why they have to do that? Because they know he has a point. I said, community notes, can we get an update here? This tweet is a lie, and it's going viral. He never said black Americans owe reparations to the American government. That's how the tweet is portraying it. That black Americans owe reparations to the country. He said that black Americans owe it to their ancestors who suffered to give them the opportunity they have now. And when I talk about black Americans, I will separate myself from it, not because I'm obviously not in the club. So it's not about me trying to feel better than anybody else. I hear it from them all the time. You're not a real black American. So let me separate from you guys. I'm something else, whatever you want to call me. So for you black imams, what he's saying is black Americans owe it to their ancestors who suffered through the hardship of slavery and Jim Crow, everything that you complain about and whine about every day, suffered through all that for you to get an opportunity. And what his take is they wouldn't want you to be whining and suffering about what they went through. They would want you to make the most of the opportunity now. If that's getting reparations, fine, but you don't just snap your fingers and say, cut the check and get reparations. You don't just snap your fingers, cut the check and get better education. You fight for it. You have the opportunity to speak on it and fight for it now. And his take is, and my take is our ancestors would want us to do that instead of whining and bitching about what they went through. So we can agree or disagree on Mark Robinson's take, but let's have the respect for each other to present the right take. To the video's right there, and they're still misconstruing the take. I misconstrue stuff, videos, takes all the time. There was a picture, I always talk about, there was a picture of a big picture of the moon that I thought it was real. It was obviously fake, but like an asshat, I thought it was a real picture. They just superimposed the moon. They said it was in Alaska where the moon gets bigger or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's stupid. I felt, you got me, I'm wrong. I don't care if you're wrong about misconstruing because it might be shocking to you because your head is so far gone. Your identity is so based on reparations that when he says Black Americans owe somebody else, that you're so triggered you can't hear anything else. That might be what happened. But now we know the truth. Leaders like Marcel Dixon, who I respect, you can disagree with Mark Robinson, but make sure your people, the people that you describe as your people, don't get led astray based on a lie.